Hi, Kelly. I was just reading through your writing here, and boy, you're really paying attention. Everything you say here is really spot on correct in terms of correcting some of the techniques that needed. So I'm really impressed with your writing and the fact that you're really doing a great job determining where the work can be improved and how you improved it. And this is important and this is relevant to the second final. Remember, there's two finals for the class. One of them is the written final. So really try to keep all of this stuff, all of your writing together because you can use a lot of it when you compile your final written uh, draft and final presentation for the written assignment. So at any rate, let's go ahead and take a look. Washington's broadband image been an AI background and the banner verified as 1280 by 300, 150 ppi. And the image, background image looks great. There's no distortions at all. We'll look at that in a second. Use the move tool place to embed an image that I corrected finally. Practice makes perfect. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. Practice makes perfect. You got it. Took the MSS Bay logo from AI, reduced it to fit banner without distorting the image. Excellent. Entered each layer of text per rubric and attempted to animate the call to action. I want to talk about your animations. I should give you some tips. I ended up putting all the text in animation mode, and I am struggling with this. Yep, we'll address that. Deleted some frames and tried again by reversing the process. It takes a second. Once you realize the process, then it all becomes easier. So once you wrap your head around exactly what you're doing, the whole thing becomes a lot easier. So we'll address that. Improve the banding of the colors. I noticed that. Yeah, the background image looks fantastic. And this is exactly how you address banding in a GIF. So excellent. Still in trouble trying to meet the text banner fade in, fade out instead of popping. All right, let's go take a look. So we jump over here, and here's our our Photoshop document. So I noticed that you didn't place a working GIF into the right into your response here. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Now, don't forget you have to submit the GIF. So in order for me for us to determine your output, to make sure that you're outputting correctly to GIF and making sure that the animations work. So right now, all is not lost here because we can just bring up our timeline in Photoshop and we can play. Now, as I can see, you've got a lot of frames here. I think 16 frames. That might be a little bit too much. And the reason I say that is because, well, it has to do with the way that, okay, watch. I'm going to stop right there. I think it's frame 3. Okay, there's our text, right? Island life for every family, all-inclusive package for every family. Children under 10 are free. So that's our call to action. So we're going to just animate that, okay? Now, the reason your text is popping in and popping out is because you haven't added tweens. And basically what a tween is it tells, okay, so you add your state of the text. Okay, so let's say you add full opacity for the text, and then you want that to fade out. So what you would do is you would imagine this. Okay, here's the process. You have your full text. Okay, then on the next frame, you would have the same frame with no text, all right? Then you would have to add a tween, and what that is doing is that's telling Photoshop that you want to go from full text to no text in tween. A tween means between frames. So what the software is going to take a look between frames, determine that you want full opacity here, no opacity here, and it's going to tween and fade that out between the frames. But you have to add those tweens, and luckily we cover that in the videos. Right here, this is how to create your banner ad from your magazine ad, roughly around the 6-minute mark or 10 right around, yeah, 6 minutes or so. That's when I start talking about tweens. So you want to take a look at that. Then also, that technique is also covered in this video, how to animate type for your banner ad. That tween is covered there. So you want to look at those first and get the tweens down. Once you understand the tweens, then take a look at this video, how to animate only the call to action text, okay? So these 3 videos are going to get you where you need to be. And then it's just a matter of saving out, which is covered in this video, saving out to GIF, and then posting the animated GIF. Now, in terms of layout, there's a couple of things I would recommend. Now, this St. Thomas Virgin Islands is just tucked right up under that logo. It's squished in there. It doesn't have any breathing room. It looks like it's in jail. Let's break it out of jail and let's place it maybe right up here. Okay, and then what I would suggest is that we reduce the size of the logo. I think the logo is still a little bit too big. Watch my cursor, something like this. It's nice that you have a little space between the logo and the margin. So something like this for the logo. Okay, and then as far as what did I say? That was on frame 3 that the text. Okay, yeah, frame 3. So my recommendation here with your text is you've got everything center aligned here. My recommendation is to left align this. So this is your headline, right? That should be a little bit bigger. Don't be afraid to overlap the family there. It's not going to matter. We'll be able to see it right through there. That should be a little bigger. This should be a little bit smaller because that's a subhead. Think of a newspaper. Headline's the biggest, then subhead's a little smaller. And then body copy. Now, this right here, children under 10 are free. That's what you want to animate. Okay. Other than that, I think we're looking great. Everything is coming together quite nicely. Let's go ahead and make those adjustments. And if you want to repost here, that's great. But I'd like to see those adjustments reflected in your final submission coming up very, very quickly during week 7. So we're wrapping it up here, Kelly. So let's go ahead and make those changes. If you want to repost here, I'll go ahead and make additional comments right here in this forum, or you can email me, or whatever way you want to do it. Just my point is, if you want an additional checkpoint before the final submission, please let me know, and I'll be glad to provide that. Okay, good job, Kelly. Thank you very much.